Income is back, and VanEck has you covered with the ETFs to bring income to your portfolio. With VanEck's Income Investing Yield Monitor at vaneck.com/yield, you can easily track ETF yields, monthly flows, and performance of each income ETF category. Go to vaneck.com/yield to explore VanEck's income ETFs. Investing risk includes principal loss. Visit vaneck.com to carefully read a prospectus before investing. VanEck ETFs are distributed by VanEck Securities Corporation, a wholly owned subsidiary of VanEck Associates Corporation.
This episode is brought to you by Spray. You got a few seconds? I got some stuff to tell you. Hip-hop's been around for 50 years. Sprite's celebrating. And while we reminisce, we want to talk what's now and what's next. So we're giving away a summer full of drops. Just scan your favorite flavor, bottle, or can and get what's hot. Cool? Sprite. Celebrating 50 years of hip-hop.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Are you thinking more about how to tighten up your budget these days? Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save over $700 on average, and customers can qualify for an average of 6 discounts when they sign up. A little off your rate each month goes a long way. Get a quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary, discounts vary, and are not available in all states and situations.
Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. This is Tom Fox again. I'd like to tell you about an exciting new tool, the NordLocker Business. NordLocker Business is an encrypted cloud storage platform for storing, sharing, and managing business data securely. Developed by cybersecurity experts, it ensures business files can be accessed anywhere and anytime, but only by authorized parties. NordLocker Business allows you to create a highly secure work environment where you can safely store sensitive data and share it with members of your organization and your business partners. Using the platform significantly improves your company's cybersecurity, no matter the industry or the size of your business. The product is a tool that can help you prevent data breaches and avoid unwanted data exposure. NordLocker Business is compliant with ISO 27001, it's HIPAA compliant, and GDPR compliant. For more information, go to nordlocker.com/creators and use promo code CPN. I know you will find it a great tool.
This summer, there should only be one word on the tip of your tongue. Yes. Yes to another round of fresh shucked oysters. Or 2. Yes to the last-minute weekend getaway, even if it is 5 hours away. Yes to sleeping in, staying out, or both. And yes to embracing life in thrilling style. Say yes to the summer of Audi, happening now.
The Daily Compliance News for June 27, 2023, the Wells Notices edition. We begin with that story from Reuters, who reports that SolarWinds executives receives Wells notice from the SEC. Some of SolarWinds' former and current execs have received a Wells notice over a massive 2020 data breach tied to the software firm. A Wells notice does not mean that recipients have violated any law. The SEC issues a Wells notice to firms when it is planning to bring an enforcement action against them. Interestingly, this was involved the individuals. So the SolarWinds individuals better get ready. Next up, from Insight Crime, a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News, reports with that, to no one's surprise, that corruption have hindered Venezuela's oil industry. If you have been in the energy industry for any period of time, going back literally 20 years, you know that PdVSA is the most corrupt national oil company, and under the Maduro regime, it has only gotten much, much worse. And so really no surprise here. But as one of PdVSA's directors says, the biggest blow to the oil industry centers around corruption and indeed the cancer of corruption. So there's been embezzlement, there's been self-dealing, there's been outright theft. And if Venezuela ever opens back up to the U.S. energy industry, you're going to be very, very, very careful going forward, because anything you do is going to be tainted with that prior history. Next up, from the Financial Times, reports in-house lawyers are grappling with ESG demands. As sustainability regulations proliferate, legal teams are turning to generative AI to keep on top of the changes. Instead of reading up to 20 advisories from different law firms, the in-house lawyers can use AI to summarize the information, highlight consistencies, and identify gaps. While these new tools will help lawyers stay up to date, they're also playing a more strategic role in shaping the sustainability agenda. So an interesting use of AI by law firms, by in-house counsel. And our final story comes to us from the Wall Street Journal, the CFO Journal. Mark Maurer reports that the SEC is seeking more disclosure from smaller banks in the wake of failures. SEC has started questioning some regional and community banks about risks tied to recent failures, a move designed to ensure investors and depositors about the health of these banks. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.